y'all. So how's everybody doing today? I hope that everybody's having a blessed morning. I hope that all is well mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially in every home. I hope that every home right now is on one accord. I just hope that I just pray that God would just be with every child in every schoolhouse, in every classroom. And I pray that, I just hope that, for the attacks on the school to stop, y'all. But there's another thing, Lord. I know that God was dealing with me last night because, like I said, y'all, I'm a very introverted person. I'm just homebody. I feel like I always been that way. I feel like I feel like when I did get out and I did, go out and stuff like that, I feel like the things that I was doing when I was going out, it just wasn't like, it was forced and it was like kind of like monkey see, monkey do. But wholeheartedly, I always knew that I was like just homebody because sometimes I would stay and choose to babysit. Sometimes I would stay and choose to babysit instead of going out and stuff like that. So I always knew that I was a introverted person. I do get out, but I still keep my distance. You know what I mean? But yeah, today, I'm sorry I got off topic, y'all. But God was just, I was saying that to say that I stay in a lot and starting my YouTube career, and it's kind of like I'm able to when I'm done putting up my content, I'm able to sit down and watch a little bit of TV, and so that's what I do when I relax on my downtime. So y'all, in the process of watching TV, I watch like a lot of YouTube, and I just come across so many videos on domestic violence, especially in the Black community, and it just bothers me. And if I cry, I don't care. This video is probably gonna be a little lengthy as well because I know that God wanted me to do this video because I was up all night. I was up at 5 something this morning, and I had to get my kids up at 6, so I was up at 5, and then I was just like, I just I couldn't dodge it. I couldn't get away from it. Like, I got chills right now, just, if y'all can see, I really do. I got chills right now just thinking about it. I know God was dealing with me. So I got in my Bible and I read Philippians, the full chapter 6. And it was like, and I was reading and I was like, man, this is kind of giving me confirmation. And so anyways, y'all, God was dealing with me. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place, but because my spirit is overwhelmed. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the video, and I'm just gonna talk about domestic disturbance. Y'all, it just has to stop because we gotta understand, y'all, that God is love. And I feel like until we know that, until we understand that, until we feel that, we're always gonna be hurting our loved ones. Y'all, it has to stop. Domestic violence has to stop right now. It has to stop. Y'all, and it's so, what bothers me in my spirit, y'all, is that when every time I look up, and we know that domestic violence, it has no race. It has no race. It happens in every community of race. But in the Black race, it is so high. It is so high, y'all, and it bothers my spirit. I myself, y'all, I was in a domestic relationship when I was pregnant with Kenzie. I'm not going to put any names, and I'm not going to get into details because it's because the topic goes hand in hand with, with what I'm giving. Like, but I think I'm just gonna be honest. The last time I was in a domestic, physical, relationship is when I was pregnant with Kenzie. I was literally 7-8 months pregnant, and I haven't been in a domestic relationship ever since. I mean, when it comes to like physical relationship. But the man I'm divorcing now, he was like mentally abusive. And so abuse is abuse. So I knew that I had a relationship with God. It's just that from my standpoint, I knew that the man that I knew that I had a full relationship with God. And I knew that my relationship with God wasn't wavering. I know that God saved me. I know that I'm always going to be saved. I know that I'm always going to be healed. I know that I'm going to always trust and believe in Him. With that being said, I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm saying that I knew that I fully and wholeheartedly, and I knew that they were wavering. Like, for instance, in the relationships that I was in, I never did anything to cause conflict in those relationships. I was always uplifting and inspiring, and I was always encouraging. And, I was always doing my part as a girlfriend or as a wife. And, I was on the up and up because I loved God, and I knew the type of woman that God had changed me and created me to be, and shaped and really shaped and molded me to be right now in this present time. So the woman is like in the Bible, He said, old things pass away, all things are made new. So my old ways are gone. I no longer club, party, drink, smoke. I don't do none of that. I haven't done that since I was I'm just gonna put my age out there. I'm 40 now. And I haven't done that stuff since I was like 27, I would say, somewhere up in there, 26, 27, one of those ages. So yeah, I haven't been doing nothing since I was 26 or 27, and I just gave my life to Christ, and I've been on the straight and narrow ever since. Now, I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but y'all got to understand, I'm saying all this to say that I've been in a domestic relationship. I've been in a physical abuse relationship, a mentally abuse relationship. But I'm trying to stay on the topic, y'all, because I just want y'all to know that domestic violence has to stop. It hurts me when I go on YouTube and I see that people are doing the unthinkable, the unimaginable things. Like, we have people not only killing their spouses, husbands and wives killing each other. We have people killing kids in the process. Y'all, that doesn't happen because it's just people are crazy. That happens because we have to know God to fend and make that evil that's in our hearts that causes us to want to do those things. We have to replace that with the love of God. And until we do that, we're going to always have a mother killing a husband killing a mother and leaving the kids without either one. Sometimes we have people killing the husband. Sometimes we have people killing the whole family and then killing themselves. Y'all, it's all wicked. It's all evil. But that only happens because, y'all, we have to go back to God. We have to. You cannot love yourself or someone else if you don't love God, because God is love. He's the one that shows us he's the one that shows us what love is. So when we're out there and we're out and about and we're doing all this stuff that's defiling us and all this stuff that makes us uncomfortable, sometimes we feel like we have to do this. No, we don't. All we have to do is serve God. I'm a Christian. I'm doing God's will. And when I looked in the book of when I read when He woke me up this morning, I knew it was confirmation, and I read Philippians chapter 6, the 4th chapter. It was saying in there that you can't be ashamed to do God's work. If you do it, you have to do it. You have to do it with a pure heart. You have to do it with grace. And so it was like, and it was just talking about how God is love and how God loves us and want us to help one another. And y'all just have to read Philippians chapter 6 for yourself, where y'all can understand where I'm coming from, because that's just some of the points of it. But You know, I can't go and just give it to y'all like, you know, like on the back of my mind, like I memorized it or. But y'all have to go. Y'all have to read. The Bible says, "Study to show yourself approved." He said, "God is love. Love covers a multitude of things. It endured all things. It covered all things." The only reason when we turn on TV, y'all, and we wonder why people killing their kids, like the girl from Ely, Texas. That's my hometown, Ely, Texas. That woman that took 3 kids, took lives of her 3 children, and then injured 2. Y'all, she had a twin that she had a twin. They was twin sisters. One of them took 3 lives of her children and then injured 2, and the other one only had 1 little girl who was 7, and she did the same thing to her daughter, and they were twin, and it was right there from my hometown. And so y'all, when I tell y'all, when we wonder why people do that, it's evil. It's evil. And only thing, and it's so the simple thing to do, y'all, is to give your life to Christ. Go to church. So when we wondering why people doing this and doing that, is because we have to find the love of God. We have to have the love of God in our hearts. We cannot love our spouse. We cannot love our children. We cannot love anyone. We cannot love ourselves fully if we don't love God, because God is love. Take me for instance. Look at my story. I used to do some of everything, y'all. I used to do some of everything. Lay around, sleep around. I used to try to pop pills, and I used to try to go to Rack Daddy Tuesday, go to club hopping, being in the middle of a shootout, seeing people getting stabbed. Like, I witnessed all this when I was when I was like 26. I no longer do that, because right now, because I have found God, I'm over here, I'm living in peace. I don't have to worry about nobody putting their hands on me. I have full love and respect for my children. They don't go through turmoil. I refuse to put my kids through anything. My kids is not going to witness anything anymore, because I've learned that God is love. God is love. Love is not forced. Love is uncertain. If you have to force somebody to love you, or if you have to use force to be loved, that right there is a red flag. If you have to force love or use force to be loved, that's why everybody dying right now anyways, to be honest with you. And I don't mean to sound so vague about it, y'all, but it's like, but that's why people in the black community, y'all, and it's happening in every race, but I'm saying a black community because every time we look up, it's a man killing a woman, or it's a woman killing a man. It's spouses killing spouses, and it's some spouses killing, and then sometimes they kill themselves after, and then sometimes they go and they kill the kids. Y'all, it has to stop. Y'all, it has to stop. It's time for us to dig deep, y'all. We have to go back in time to where our grandmothers and our grandfathers, we have to get back. We have to really think about what our ancestors went through and how they fought for us to have the righteous. How Martin Luther King had a dream, and what our grandfathers and grandmothers went through, y'all. We have to go to God, and we have to get back into the place where we are rooted, and we are deep into what it is that God want us to do, y'all. We have to go back in time and look at the things our ancestors did. I think about my grandmother and my grandfather all the time. My parents wasn't always on the up and up. They wasn't on the straight and narrow. I was raised by my grandmother and my grandfather. That God bless their hearts and their souls. They in heaven right now. But y'all, when I tell y'all that my grandmother and my grandfather had us in church every Sunday, Bible study every Wednesday, choir rehearsal every Saturday. Like, we have to get back to those days, y'all, when we have to want what's best first for our kids, because y'all, this is going on from generation to generation to generation to generation. So when you're in a household and you witness that, I witnessed my mama get abused. I witnessed that. So it has to stop. We have. It's time for us to break the generational curses, y'all. We have to break them now. We have to bind the enemy. We have to seek God. We have to find God. We have to worship Him, y'all. God is love. We can't be taking out our husbands and taking out our wives and taking out ourselves and our children, y'all. We have to stop. The time is now. The time is now for everybody to just grab hold to God as tight as you can and never let Him go, y'all. God is love. The only reason why we're killing one another and hurting one another, y'all, is because we're loving the wrong way. We don't even know what love is because we don't know God. The stuff that we do, the unthinkable, the unthinkable, the unimaginable, is only because the devil has our minds consumed. It make us feel like we have to be physical for love. We have to force love, and that's what builds all that anger up. If you don't love me, I'm just to stab you. You don't love me, you want to leave me, I'm just to shoot you. Y'all, that's the enemy. I'm just to go take out my kids, y'all. That's the enemy. We have to get close to God, y'all. We have to have, if we don't get close to God, we will not have that love in our hearts to make us have second thoughts when we're talking about and thinking about hurting the people that we love most. And at the end of the day, when the damage is done, you can't even think or imagine the stuff that you did because your mind was so consumed and so far gone. Y'all, we can't let our minds get so far gone, y'all. We must put God first in our life. We must seek Him. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it has to stop. Just like the schoolhouse shootings, that's included. It has to stop. Y'all, we cannot get frustrated. We cannot get angry. We have to have the love of God in our hearts, y'all. We have to seek Him. We have to thirst for His love. We have to bow down to His love. We have to seek Him, y'all. We have to soul search. And I know sometimes we feel like it's get hard to turn from our wicked ways, y'all, but it's not. All you have to do is just get on your knees and pray, because y'all, mental illnesses is real. I will say that, but at the end of the day, you have to have God to even accept the fact that you have a mental illness, because otherwise the enemy will play on your mind and be like, oh no, you good, you straight. No, if you know that it's something wrong, if you feel like it's something off with you mentally, seek God first, and so you can reach out and get the resources and get the help that you need, y'all, because the killing, y'all, it has to stop. I'm so sick and tired of every time I turn on YouTube, someone has killed a spouse or a child. And y'all, we talking about husband and wives and children that we birthed together. That's the unthinkable. That's the unimaginable. It doesn't make sense. You know that it has to come from a place that is evil and it's wicked. And it's not that people are just wicked or evil. Is because the enemy don't want you to find love so you can carry out things the way you do. That's why there is a heaven and that's why there is a hell, because he has to play his part, y'all. He has to play his part. He has to. And his part is to attack our minds. It says that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and to destroy. And if you look at it, when those people, when them husbands or wives is killing themselves and each other and their children, that's destroying, that's killing, and it's stealing. It all goes hand in. You taking a life, you killing a life, you destroying a life. It all goes hand in hand, y'all. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But God said, I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. That's God's word. So if they say the enemy come to kill, steal, and destroy, but I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly, we have to seek God, y'all. We have to. God is the way. It ain't no other way. If we don't find God right now today, this will go on and on and on. Y'all, it's about, I know just watching YouTube, I can't count on hand. Y'all, I'm just trying to hold my tears back because I don't want nobody, I want people to just, because I wear my heart on my sleeve and I don't want nobody to think, oh, this is a game, this is a joke. This is real, this is reality, this is something we looking at every day. And y'all, after watching YouTube, y'all, I know it's about maybe, with the videos that I've watched, it's probably like about 12 to 15 kids who have lost a mother and a father. Either, and that's within 6 months time frame. 6 months time frame, y'all. It's probably about 12 kids right now who have lost a mother and a father, either because the mother killed the father or the father killed the mother. And one of them is gone and one of them has to go to jail. And the kids is just right there in the balance of it all. Thinking, not knowing what to think, but thinking. Y'all, we have to find God. We have to find him. We have to find him quick, fast, in a hurry, because this is gonna continue to go on and on and on if we don't. It's gonna continue and it's gonna grow and it's gonna just manifest itself, and it's gonna be it is gonna start looking like people are gonna be normalizing it. Nowadays, when you watch it on the news, it's just a story. It's just a story. But when you dig deep, within 6 months, it's about 12, maybe 10 to 12 kids who have lost a mother and a father because somebody has taken somebody out, and either mother is gone or the father is gone, and one of those parents have to go to jail, leaving the kids to just think the unimaginable. Why did my mama kill my daddy? Why did my daddy kill my mama? And then you got some of them that's killing themselves after taking the kids out as well. It's just so many questions, but the answer is God. The answer is just one person, y'all. God. That's the answer. We have to find him, y'all. We have to find him. We have to find him. And like I said in a video, if y'all haven't watched it, it's time for us to, and then what's so bad about it, I can say that it's time for men to start opening doors for women and buying flowers and getting back to the roots of when the ancestors was, when our ancestors, our grandfathers was bringing home flowers. And we have to find it. We have to have that. We have to have that, y'all. We have to get back to where we are, the men. Y'all have to get back to where being romantic, and the wives is being more presentable. We have to get back to where we need to be, y'all. But the only way we can find that good side of us is through God. We have to find that, y'all. That's pretty much it for this video, y'all. I just wanted to, because God was really dealing with me, and I was up, and I was just, and I know I'm not supposed to question God, but I'm like, God, why am I up thinking about this? Why is this on my mind? And I wasn't trying to question him because I know better, but I couldn't sleep. And because I couldn't sleep, and this was like at 5 o'clock this morning, and I couldn't sleep, and I had tossed and turned all night, and I just got up and my phone was right beside me, so I went to Philippians chapter 6 and I read the full chapter. And y'all, it has to stop. Like, people killing their kids, spouses killing spouses, people killing themselves, people attacking the schools. Like, that stuff is not happening because people are just evil. That stuff is happening because we don't have a relationship with God. We have to get a relationship with God for all this stuff to stop. I mean, yeah, the stuff that people do is evil in it. It's wickedness in it, of course, because that's what the enemy does. Devil is evil. You know, you just put a D in front of it, but you take the D off, it's evil. But you know, the devil has his part to play in our lives, y'all. But God tell us in his word that the enemy come to kill, steal, and destroy, but I come that you may have life, and that you may have life abundantly. And we have to pray. We have to give our lives to God. We cannot love. You cannot love nobody the way they want to be loved. You cannot love yourself the way you need to be loved. You can't. Love is not gonna if you don't have a relationship with God, that love that you think you have is not the love. That's why a lot of people, when they take out each other, like if you have a husband killing a wife or a wife killing a husband, a lot of time, if you notice, like one girl, she just shot her daughter's her kid's dad, and you know, and what's so bad about it? Before I leave Facebook, I feel like they need to be ashamed of themselves in a way, because, you know, it's certain stuff that you shouldn't be able to post. I feel like it's certain stuff that you shouldn't be able to post. And I feel like if there's any time somebody who is putting out their personal business, like, it's not for the world to see. Like, I know that people do it, takes among themselves to pick up a camera and go live on Facebook with drama and you know, toxic stuff. But at the same time, too, they ought to feel like, okay, this right here is not encouraging. This right here is not inspiring. It's inspiring. This right here is it's like drama. You know what I mean? I feel like it's certain stuff you shouldn't be able to put out there. And then, because why would you want somebody to see? You a whole social media site. Why would you want somebody to see somebody's domestic video? If somebody's going through something they're personal and they want to post it, why should you allow them to post it? It's, first of all, you should know that it's personal. You should know that it's something. And even if they do post it and you're going to allow it to happen, at least try to bring some kind of awareness to the video. Shoot, if somebody going to do it, bring some awareness to the video. Just be like, or try to get somebody some help. But to allow people to just do stuff like that, like the boy that shot the girl that was in Louisiana, then there was four, like, you can hear gunshots on the screen. And I'm like, how did this video surface? Shanquella, how did these videos surface? Because they allowed us, and they all they care about the almighty dollar. How do videos like that get to surface? How? And then and another thing I discovered too, y'all. And I'm not trying to make this no race thing, but it's two shows, y'all. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. It's two shows, y'all. One of them called The First 48, and one of them just called 48. And follow where I'm finna go before I get off here. Okay, on the 48, they show like pieces of where, like, how can I put it? They show like pieces. It's like a different thing. Okay, let's start with the first 48. Okay, when you watching the first 48, you gonna watch the full thing. You're gonna watch somebody laying on the ground, blood on the concrete, with a sheet over. You're gonna see thousands of people around. This is the first 48. But if you go over and watch the 48, it's gonna be a whole lot different. It's not gonna be nobody. They don't show nobody laying on the ground. They don't show a whole lot of people out. It's just a difference from the 48 and the first 48. It's like a big difference. And yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but this is still staying on topic with what's going on today, because, you know, I just feel like it's certain things that the world should be able to see, and then what they shouldn't be able to see, and you shouldn't be able to see people on the ground, you know, in pools of blood. You shouldn't see that. And, you know, that's why I stopped watching it. I used to watch it a lot, but I stopped watching it after I discovered that the first 48 was so different than the 48. And then the first 48, you know, it's like, it's a lot of people. But when you go to the first 48, it's like a whole lot of African Americans. I'm just going to put it out there. But when you go to the 48, it's Caucasian, you know, and the stories are presented different. The stories are always presented different. Even the way it come on is presented different. Because when you watch the 48, they'll go with soft tone music, and they'll show you the scenery, and they'll tell you about the people and all that. But when you watch the first 48, you usually see the police come, see people dead, laying on the ground covered in blood, and then you see a whole lot of people out and about. And then it's just like, it's just a big difference. Like the shows is different. So that's why I started watching the first 48. But if y'all know what I'm talking about, if y'all see it for y'all, if y'all see it for yourself. Like I said, y'all know that this right here is a lengthy video. But I had to do the will. I'd had to do God's will, because I feel like that's what he wanted me to do, because I wasn't planning. I didn't go to sleep, you know what I'm saying, thinking I was going to have domestic. I mean, I know I watch it, but I'm able to go to sleep. But last night, I just couldn't shake it, and I was like, God, what's up? Like, I was dealing with it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was like, I can't. And then when it came in my spirit that you should do a video about this, then that's when I realized that it was God. And I had my Bible, I had my phone, and I got in my Bible, in the scripture, Philippians chapter 6, it kind of helped me to, gave me some confirmation on that I needed to do this video as well. Because it was basically just saying doing God's work and doing it with grace. It was just talking about uplifting, and, you know, that's just the word, how I put it in words, what I took from the scripture. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this video. I just want everybody to find love, to know that God is love. You can't love nobody. You can't love yourself. You can't love anyone else if you don't love God, because God is love. He's the one that shows us how to love. And when we go and do the unthinkable and the unimaginable things that we do, it's like I wanted to tell people, it's not because people are wicked or people are evil. It's because it's just that we don't know God, and evil attacks us. And he attacks us. It don't make that person evil. It just make the enemy evil. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the devil is, they held responsible, but the devil attacks them. So it's not, you can say that evil has his way of doing things. So he caused that to happen, because if you have the love of God in your heart, that stuff, it just don't happen. It just don't happen. And I know they say that people waver. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, people can waver. People can fall down and make mistakes, but you get back up again. And, you know, you just want to know that God is love. You just want to know that God is love. Nobody's perfect. I had watched this video with, I watched this video. It's probably a little old. Well, it was a woman who believed in God. She trusted in God, but her and her husband was having problems. And I don't know, whatever the case may be, she was a God-fearing, she said that she was a God-fearing woman. She professed her love, and she said how much she loved God, and she ended up killing her husband, and then she killed herself. But I'm not saying, we just have to stay close, y'all. We have to go to church. I mean, we have to go to church, and that's why I'm big on judgment, because we can't judge people and then expect people to go to church. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. We gotta stop judging. We gotta uplift, encourage, and inspire. We have to. These killings gonna have to stop. Stop taking away the fathers. It's like the mothers taking away the fathers, and then some of them taking away the children. But most 9 times out of 10, everything that I've been seeing, I know it's about maybe 10 or 12 kids right now. Because I know this one dude, it's more than that. It's really more than that. Because one woman, she had like 5 kids, and her boyfriend took her away. And, you know, it's like, that's 5 kids. Asking, why did this man kill my mom? Why did he take away my mom? And, you know, I ran into another one, and another one, and another one, and it didn't stop. And it's not going to stop, y'all. We have to find God. You have to go to the house of the Lord, get on your knees, cry out to him, seek him, woman, seek him, man, because we are responsible for our kids, y'all, and what they see and what they know and what they do. We are responsible, and if we don't do it, or it's going to go on from generation to generation. That's why we have to get our kids in the church. We have to talk to our kids and pray over our kids. Even when they come and go in the schoolhouse, we have to just stay prayerful, y'all. There's so much going on in this world today. Like I said, I know this is a lengthy video, and I thank y'all so much for watching. And I do have a cleaning video to do, so don't be alarmed if y'all see me in the same clothing, because after this, I'm going to go ahead and do a cleaning video. And yeah, I see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay blessed.